We are your area news team.
And now it's time for another farmer-featured interview. This time we visited a local blueberry patch where you can pick your own blueberries. The patch is owned by Mr. Gene Edward Smith, and it is located off 711. With Center Broadcasting Company, this is Justin Mott reporting. I'm here today with Mr. Gene Edward Smith and his blueberry patch behind him. We're going to talk a little bit about what got him into farming today. Now, sir, you've been doing farming since you was a little boy, you told me.
That's correct. I was born and raised here in Jericho, and all my life I was around farming. And my first job was driving a tractor in a field, and I wasn't even heavy enough to clutch the tractor. I would have to jump down on the clutch and then hold myself down with pushing up on the steering wheel like that, and then whenever they want me to move, I'd pull back up and get back and stand and guide the tractor. But even as a small child, I picked peas, I picked cotton, and worked in the gardens, but worked around the fields. And then whenever I was about 8th grade, my brother was graduating from high school and was going to college, and we raised a field of watermelons to make money for him to go to college. And then we just continued from year to year, and that's how I started out going to college, was raising watermelons.
Mr. Smith grows several different varieties of blueberry bushes, some of which are shown in this footage. Some are more sweet than others, while others are more tart. Mr. Smith elaborates on the different kind of berry bushes that he has. Right, so you have how many different varieties of blueberries?
Well, mainly 3 different varieties. There's a few different ones that are scattered in them. It wasn't supposed to be. I bought 300 rooted cuttings, and it was 200 of each of Climax, Tiff Blue, and Delight. And this is the Climax berry. It's the one that blooms first and ripens first. The other third of them are the Tiff Blue, and the bushes hang over more, and they hang more like grapes, and they're a good sweet berry, and they're the last one that starts coming in. The other is a Delight, which is a more tart berry that stays more of a purple. It doesn't turn completely black, and it has more tartness to it. And I don't have any of them on this side of the driveway. They're on the other side of the driveway. But they make on a smaller, skinnier bush, and these are a more tart berry, and they'll keep it purple, and more of a purple color. Once you take that off, you can see that they have it more of a purple look, and they're more of a tart berry. They make good jam, they make good pies, and if you get one that is dead ripe, it'll remind you of an apricot. Whenever you're putting up blueberries, if you're going to freeze them, you do not wash the berry. If it comes off with stem, you may look through them and take the stems. Don't handle them no more than you have to, and take your trash out of it. And then you put your berries in a good freezer bag and put them in the freezer without putting water on them, and they won't freeze together. They'll be like marbles. But also, if you wash them, you'll wash off this powder that is on them naturally, and then they will look shiny and black, and then the skins will get tough real quick. They won't get tough on you for almost a year frozen if you don't wash them.
While making his living in forestry, Mr. Smith came up with the idea of the blueberry patch for his kids, to teach them farming and a hard work ethic.
So I came up with the idea of blueberries because I found out that they ripen just about the end of June, about the end of May and the 1st of June, whenever school is out. And so the best thing to do with a kid is when they get out of school, don't let them get their breath and get wild. Is to put them to work. so we could work in the blueberry patch and on the weekends and cleaning it up and putting stuff under the bushes, you know, pine straw and stuff like that. So they would pick the blueberries, and then they would sell them. So we advertised the blueberries, and people would put in an order, and they would fill the order. And then I had even them as small kids. They would have to take the money, make change. They'd have to weigh the berries, put them in the bags for the people, and tote them out and put them in their vehicle for them.
With Center Broadcasting Company, this has been Justin Mott telling you to go out, and even if you're picking berries, be amazing.
CBC-radio.com, keeping you connected wherever you go.